Hey everyone, Happy New Year! I hope that 2026 will be a great year for all of us, and I really hope that we will achieve all of our goals. Before we start, I want to be very clear about something. This video is not here to scare you or to kill the vibe of the new year, and it's definitely not here to say that everything is doomed. This is simply a brief look at what 2026 might be, based on what's already happening. So no leaks, no breaking news, just a sit down talk. And without further ado, let's jump into it. So the way 2025 ended left us in a strange place. Prices feel unstable and company goals are unclear, and we don't know what to expect anymore. So instead of making predictions, I decided to talk about directions. And there are really 4 questions in my opinion that will decide that. First being prices, second being companies' priorities, third being PC building, and finally the AI bubble. So let's start with the uncomfortable one, prices. So in the end of 2025, we've seen a jump in prices, especially in core components like RAM and SSDs. That's not because of demand, that's because the market is shifting. We might even see a GPU supply problem. Yes, that's right, a GPU shortage. Nvidia, for example, is cutting production from 30 to 40% this year, and is leaning to making AI GPUs. And this public revenue data already shows the shift. Nvidia is making almost 10 times the amount of money from data centers than gaming. So this could mean less GPUs made, fewer models, and potentially high prices. And that's completely a different strategy. And a lot of people predict that phones and gaming consoles are about to get more expensive, because as soon as the old quantities of RAM and storage that they have and prices are going to be insane, because they will buy new quantities for the new prices. And you might have even heard that the Samsung, the RAM manufacturer, refused to sell to the Samsung, the phone's manufacturer's RAM. And the problem here is that if Samsung couldn't secure RAM for itself, how will it secure RAM for other buyers, including Apple? Now the second point is companies' priority. For a really long time, gamers were the priority and the main audience. Gaming pushed hardware forward, justified power, and pushed sales. And that's slowly changing. It's right that gamers are still important for the companies, but not the first one in their list. And again, this graph shows that the biggest investments are going into AI acceleration, enterprise hardware, and finally infrastructure, not entertainment. And from business perspective, that makes sense. This doesn't mean that companies hate gamers. This means that gamers are no longer in the center of their strategy. And as I mentioned before, we might even see lesser releases for things dedicated for gamers and for daily use. And we might see a more focus on profitable, safe ways, like selling to AI companies and data centers. I know that this is hard to accept, but this is unfortunately the reality. Even all the tech keynotes talk about AI advancement, new AI chips. AI is just their priority. It's just their new money-making machine. The third point, PC building. This is where things get personal for a lot of us. PC building isn't dying, it's just changing. What used to be mid-range is slowly becoming expensive, sometimes unreachable. And just because of that, people are searching for pre-built systems, longer upgrade cycles, and more reliability. PC building might shift from a performance race to a balanced mindset. Efficiency, longevity, and smart choices. Not because more people want that, just because the market is pushing it. And finally, the force behind all of that, artificial intelligence. It's no more a trend, it's becoming infrastructure. And the growth of AI isn't going to slow down, not after all the potential that we saw. Daily tools, businesses, healthcare, logistics, everywhere, even your vacuum cleaner. And AI is just a cycle that every time gets stronger. Development, need for resources, AI companies demanding more resources, companies seeing profit, and more AI development. That cycle feeds itself. And as much as all of the people wish that this AI bubble just explodes, the consequences are a lot greater. Almost 900 million users use AI, and this without mentioning businesses and infrastructure. Also, it provides food for almost millions of families. So the AI bubble just popping will have great consequences on the economy and on people across multiple industries. So this is my take on 2026 tech world. Again, not trying to scare you, just saying my point of view. And in the end, that's what just data shows. And is also saying that 2026 will be just different. More strategic, more profitable driven, and less emotional. And I'm honestly really excited to see the new tech in 2026 and the new gadgets, and especially the development that we're going to make this year. So if you have any remark or disagree in any point, please tell me in the comments. And I'm totally open for discussion. So in the end, hit that like button, subscribe, have a happy new year, and see you in the next one.